I'm Ben.
And I am Allycca.
And welcome to our channel. Yes, so
let's get
what will
started.
happen now?
Yes. So this is our first
content that
podcast.
we are facing the camera together.
Yes.
Doing a video.
It's a little bit cringe.
Yes, so it's our content for Valentine's Day. So this time we will be answering 7 questions each. It's a mix of questions about love, life, and some randomly picked questions from our friends, and some we picked for ourselves. So, and adding a little of fun towards our answers.
And some exciting questions ahead. Yes, and for this, we will be using maybe a bit of a mix of English, Tagalog, Cebuano, so we can cater all to our friends.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. By the way, we have some treats here for Valentine's Day. One of our favorites.
Oh.
Is just ice cream. Our favorite cookies and cream ice cream, while answering those maybe spicy questions. Just kidding, guys.
Okay, who will ask first?
Maybe ladies first.
Okay.
So I will be the one asking
first.
Okay. What was your first impression of me?
Okay. We technically knew each other since we were in the same major when we were in the university. So I had not seen you until you had your practicum and you were under my mentorship. So
he's my mentor, guys.
I saw you as a very diligent person. You were very focused and hardworking. So you were very goal-oriented then, and then you really take time to prepare for your presentations, for your teaching demonstrations. Yeah, so that was my first impression about you, and we didn't have any communication outside of being a mentor-mentee.
Just to clarify, guys.
But when we reconnected post-pandemic, nothing has changed. It's still the same you, very reserved, very focused. But on top of it, you're a very sweet person and caring as well to your family. Yeah, and that made me impressed about you.
So you were impressed by the first impression? No. Oh yeah. I can still remember it because I was in City Central. I was there. I was I was assigned there, and then when I submitted my lesson plan, I was like, my hair is all over, and I was sweating because I was running, and I saw him. I was like, there's a new mentor. Okay, so I need to submit my lesson plan to him, and I was like, okay, this is something new. And I just knew him because we're friends in Facebook. However, I haven't seen him in person. So yeah, I was a little bit
So that was
shocked.
the first time?
Yeah, that was the first time that I saw him in person. So I was just like surprised. That's it. Nothing else.
My question for you is, what's something small I do that makes you happy?
The way you cook for me every day.
Oh.
Yeah, because guys, to be honest, it's really busy. We are really busy. Like, he's very busy. I am as well. I have my studies, and he has his work, and then we also like edit our videos, make contents. So it's really difficult to juggle everything. And then, so what I appreciate him the most is that he cooks for me like every day, like not except breakfast. I prepare breakfast sometimes. So he cooks like our dinner or lunch or baon for the following day. So those simple those simple gestures really like means a lot, especially when you are working and when you have a lot in your plate. So yeah, so that's the thing, that it's not actually simple. It's not a small gesture, but for me it's kind of big, especially that it's not my skill. I can bake, but I'm not really good in cooking. So
but I like your alio olio and the beef tapa. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can cook, guys. Kidding. But yeah, so I appreciate those gestures that he does for me every day. Okay, first thing, we often receive or we often ask this
Yeah.
question a lot of times, especially now that we are in NZ. So, Bal, why did you choose to work here in New Zealand?
Oh, New Zealand has been in my bucket list since I was in the Philippines. But fate led me to work in Qatar, so I worked there for 5 years. At the same time,
5 years as
yeah.
well. Okay.
So when I only realized that I had this dream in my bucket list when I met you.
Oh.
Like, because we cannot be together in one place. She's working in Singapore, I work in Qatar, and we were on a
quite
long
far.
distance relationship when we started. And it's very difficult, like you are not living in the same place. So I was asking myself, like, what is my long-term plan so we can be together. So it ended up like searching about New Zealand, and then there's a pathway for us. So like we can work there. We can apply our our profession, and
but it's not the first choice, right? The first country that.
Yes. So I think there's another one that we have studied before, but it was very costly. So New Zealand is more practical for us and achievable, like in terms of our profession. So since we belong to the early childhood education sector, so yeah, we're just so happy to be working in the same company, to be privileged to be offered a job in this company where we are working right now. It's just really beautiful to do these things because life is, I say,
it's always YOLO.
Yeah, it's not so short, but you can always make the most out of your life at the moment. So we're just so happy that we are in the country where
we're very grateful.
Where they value that kind of philosophy about life.
And the good thing is, and what I admire about him as well, is like he really like research. Like he's good in researching. So actually when we when we talked about like coming here in New Zealand, I really hate paperwork. I really hate like submitting documents, searching for this, searching for that, and it's really for me it's not my skill again. So but for Ben, he's always like into it. Like he really likes searching, he really likes knowing like everything in and outs. So that's what made it easier. So it's always good that before you move into a country, you have to research, you have to ask the people who are there. You can ask for help, you can interview, you can there's
search
always
vlogs.
Search vlogs. Use that platform to know more about the country, to know more about the job. So
yes. So it's just really good to know like all these things are being handy in the internet, and then before you decide into something, make sure that you are well informed about the decision that you are making. So that you will not regret about it. But so far it's just so amazing, and it's beyond the expectation that we have set before. So it's exceeding the expectation that we have. So we're just so blessed to be experiencing the life now.
It really takes a leap of faith because you have, especially if you have like your own career in your country where you're working at it. What if you are already settled there and
yes,
you plan
it's very
to
hard to move to another country.
It's really hard.
But anyway, you have to make a decision,
and it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's up to you what you envision your life to be for the next maybe 5 to 10 or 20 years. So it depends. We have our own choices and you have to deal with it.
What's one thing you wish I understood better about you?
Okay, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Maybe like my hormones. Especially when you are in your period. Like our emotions are for girls, for women. It's really like fluctuating, and our energy as well. I see the pattern. So it's really good to have someone that is patient with you and who really understands you, like where you're coming from, why you behave that way, why you act that way, why you speak that way. Yeah, so I'm glad that you are like that.
I'm happy to be patient.
If you can handle me, you can handle a lot of challenging
Of course.
situations now and in the future.
Yeah, it's not very difficult.
Oh my. Okay, good to know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my turn.
Is that your second question?
Third, maybe.
Third question.
Yeah. So how do you handle feedback? And of course, like from me or from other people, how do you handle it?
Well, I've never met really difficult people, but perhaps it's only about difficult circumstances. So I don't consider people as difficult, but it's only about the circumstances. Because
that's true.
Circumstances are beyond our control.
That's true.
And feedback, I consider this a very helpful one. Now, I always try to see the positive, like the positive side or where the person is coming from, because you always have to keep the balance. You don't respond. You don't react. Instead, respond to the situation.
Yeah.
And I believe feedback is beautiful when it is constructive. Something that is genuinely given, something that is truthfully relayed. But it is always beautiful to receive feedback. It's good to receive feedback, right? Yeah, constructive feedback.
Yeah, because we need it.
Yeah, we need it.
In order for us to grow. Because
grow.
you really need something from the other perspective, because you don't know sometimes what you're doing, and maybe you are already, let's say, hurting, or you already like affected someone. So it's always good to have another like person, or to another another side to listen to. I just realized that instead of like criticizing someone, or like what we call it, maritising someone, it's always good to really speak out, like talk to the person.
Yeah.
That's what I always like tell him. Like it's
like in all circumstances, like anywhere in life, do it in a nice way, because sometimes before we say something, like personally, I adhere to the philosophy that before you utter something,
you have to think about
something
it first.
true.
Be
so
reflective.
like it's a triple filter test. And when you assess yourself about that one, with those 3 questions, so probably you can relay the thing that you wanted. Like, this is how I feel, this is what I wanted, and this is the way how I want it to be addressed, like the solution that I want. And then you negotiate. Like, it doesn't always you don't always get what you want, but we can always like negotiate what you can do about that. Just like the two of us.
We always negotiate, guys.
We are always negotiating each other. Like, can we buy this one? Like, maybe yes, but not now.
Yeah, that's what he always says,
but
guys.
maybe in the other store, the same product, but different brand. So we always compare like prices. Like, before you buy something, you have, because I'm the type of person, like, before you decide on something, like, you have to think about it. Like,
whereas me, I just buy right away without thinking about it. So it's always good to negotiate. Sometimes they are in the verge of their emotions, and they can maybe speak out like not so good like things. So it's always good to be the bigger person. That's what you always tell me. That you have to understand.
Just like between me and you, like I always try to see things in another perspective, like in a positive perspective. Probably there's something this person's coming from, and then
maybe I'm not in a good mood.
Maybe you're in a good mood. You just feel emotional. You're just being
all the time.
A difficult time with your hormones, because it's almost the time of the month. So always understand, and probably the people are not difficult, but it's just always the circumstances. It's always,
that's true.
It's just the circumstances that are difficult, and not the people.
Because we really don't know what are those people like. What are they experiencing? What they're feeling at the moment?
So the bottom line is, people are not difficult, perhaps it's only the circumstances. Circumstances change. Good now, maybe it can be better in the future. Tomorrow, it will be best in the coming week. So it changes. So I think it's not the people that are difficult, but it's only the circumstances that we are in.
Person.
Yeah. My next question for you is...
Oh my goodness, what's that one?
What's something you thought about love when you were younger that changed over time?
So maybe I really thought that love is just a feeling.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah, it is. But I see love as something like a concept map. There are many like arrows. Yeah, because there are so many things that comprise of love. Like, it doesn't mean when you love someone you just like love.
You have to choose that person every day. It's a decision.
It's a decision, and there are so many things that comprise of that word love. Like there's sacrifice, there's always like understanding, there's patience. And I thought before that it's really easy. Yeah, it's easy to love, but to be in love all the time, that's
different.
That's a different thing. It takes a lot of work.
It's a continuous work every day because if you love the person, it's not enough that you feel it. You have to show it.
Yeah.
Even if you are already pissed about that person, even if you are sometimes disappointed, but still there's love, and then you try to mend that at the end of the day, and you never go sleep mending without fixing the misunderstanding. That
talk
happened.
about it.
But you have to talk about it. Yeah.
I have watched like a vlog about it as well. I mean, a podcast about it. I've heard that sometimes it's also okay to really not fix it. Because it's also good to also think about it first.
Yeah, to give space.
Yeah,
to give time.
To give time, because there are some arguments that you can't just like fix right away. You really don't need to fix.
Yeah, I understand, but you just need to give another person a reassurance that you still love him, like a simple hug. A simple goodnight kiss before you go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right.
And give space to think. As long as you will not do something that will harm the relationship.
Don't cheat, guys. Okay,
when
don't
the
be
person
comforted.
does a negative thing, you will also respond. React negatively. That's not good. One is being at the height of the emotions, one has to be on the calmer side.
One must be the ice.
Alright.
When the other person is the coffee. Iced coffee. You really have to talk about it. And what's good about us as well is we really say sorry every time we make mistakes. I really say sorry. Every time I say something or if I do something that hurts him, and vice versa. So
that's the beauty of it.
What inspires you to achieve your aspirations in life aside from me? What inspires you to achieve your aspirations in life?
Alright, so honestly, growing up, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Just a golden one.
So I was raised by a single mom, and I have a sibling, an older sibling. And when my dad passed, when I was 3, I was raised by my single mom. And then that gave me a motivation to do better in life, because if you have good education, if it has been enshrined to my being that if you do good in school, you will succeed later in life. So that has been the formula that my mom has taught me, even though we are really struggling in life before. So that has been my motivation ever since.
Your family.
That's my family. But I'm not a competitive person.
He is.
I know. I tend to outdo not other people, but my own work. I stay focused in my own lane. And I continue to assess what I'm doing. Is it good enough? Am I good enough? Yeah, like that. So
Palit ba ako?
there's a reflection. There's always a reflection. Like
Yeah,
that,
be reflective all the
because
time.
you will not grow if you will not reflect as a person. At the same time, I remember my high school teacher when she shared something in our class before. Na, you have to aim the highest spot. So when you fall short, you will fall second.
Yeah.
So it's still not bad, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
But yeah,
So that's what you did.
yeah, it's not to outdo others, but it's
Yeah.
just to
Just focus
outdo
on your goal.
what I have previously done, so that that becomes my motivation, my
Yeah.
inspiration to do better in the next thing that I will do.
And if you make mistakes, what will you do?
If I make mistakes, it always comes to a point that I review what I did, like
Review.
what
I assess.
Yeah, what I assess,
evaluate.
what went wrong, like yeah, what went wrong.
How could I do it better?
Yeah, how could I do it better the next time I face the same challenge, the same circumstances? So yeah, so it's always like that, because we will never grow if we will not
Never,
learn from
our
our mistakes.
mistakes.
But
That's
you
right.
know, one of my friends also before taught me that you don't have to experience things to learn, but you can always learn from other people's experience.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If they experience it badly, perhaps you don't have to do it. Like you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to experience it anymore, but learn from their experience. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing, right? So you're already
Yeah.
given like the heads up, like, oh, don't do this anymore, or else you will
Just keep like always
suffer the
an
same
open
thing.
mind.
Yeah.
Like
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Open mind, yeah.
Yeah, keep an open mind. Like
I like that.
yeah, especially like if our friends, like, you know, whenever we talk to our friends, or we're having some chica, not marites, but just chica. So sometimes when that person is really like sharing, it doesn't mean that he or she needs an advice, but rather she needs to be heard. So it's always good like to always like listen to the person. Be there. Just be there for them. Yeah, be there to listen, and you know, you can actually get something from it. You're not there to judge, but you are there to learn from it. Yeah, and if he or she really needs an advice, then you can give.
Yeah.
Without really.
Wait for them to ask.
Yeah, wait for them
the
to
advice.
ask, and at the same time, don't be one-sided.
Yeah.
Always know the story first.
Okay. Here's my question number 4.
Okay. I'm ready
What's
for that.
the most unexpected thing you've learned from being with me?
Being chill.
Having a calm demeanor?
Yeah, something like that. Being calm. That's the thing that I try to learn now, because before I get like hysterical, everything like like something's going on that's not according to my plan, but you always like remain calm, like whenever there are not so good circumstances. So yeah, that's what I admire about you as well, is that you always like make it easier for me.
Even the difficult situations.
Yeah.
Perhaps I think it's the matter in how you respond to it.
Yeah.
Perhaps it also matters how you deal with things to make
because of
easy.
maturity as well. Not saying that I'm immature, but maybe. But yeah, so maybe it comes to age.
Respond, do not react.
Okay.
Respond.
It's always respond than reacting.
Yes.
What's a silly argument we've had that makes you laugh? This is a lot.
There are a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, actually. And she's so good. She's so patient, understanding. So,
Yeah.
So anyway, so one thing that I cannot forget was
I feel like
it was in Singapore.
Oh! Oh my goodness.
We were so tired already walking around. Where was that? Marina Bay.
In Marina Bay. That's
Marina
right.
Bay, and then we're about to go home. It's already late at night. We were catching the bus, and she wants me to.
Say it in Visaya.
Gusto niya Alsaho na po siya. It's just like 10 steps away
From the
the
bus stop.
stairs to the bus stop. So she didn't move from the stairs, so there were just people passing. And then she really wanted me to lift her
Carry.
up from the stairs to the bus stop. So, and we ended up not talking the whole night. Because of it.
I was like, you have to carry me. I'm not gonna move in even an inch here if you're not going to carry me. Like, it's
Yeah.
just the bus stop. The bus is just quite near. I just want you to carry me. And I was like,
That's silly, like, in
Yeah.
public. Like, why would you do that?
yeah,
Okay.
those are one of the things why
Yes.
he fell in love with me.
If we had to survive on a deserted island together,
All right.
who would last longer?
I think that I'm quite confused about it. It's like mixed. One thing on the other side, I feel like I'm gonna last long. It's because I'm more street smart than you are.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no. I just feel like because I live in an island, Masbate. It's an island, so I know quite the ways.
You're street smart.
Yeah, no, I
agree.
I know how to swim. Yeah, so maybe I would last longer because I will look for like ways to survive. But
I will also look for ways to
yeah, that's why in another perspective as well, I feel like you're gonna survive longer. It's because I'm so maarte with mainit. Yeah, when it comes to like weather, I really hate when it's warm and hot. And being in an island, so you're really under the sun.
Yeah, it will make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, very. I easily got like allergies, like rashes whenever it's too hot. And now we are down to our 6th question. It's my turn now.
Yes.
Okay, second to the last question. Okay, if we could take a spontaneous trip right now, where would we go? Is it
I'm actually new here in New Zealand. We're actually new.
Yeah.
And I do not know really more about the places. But if we are going to travel or to do an activity next time, I think it would be hiking.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from it's practical because we don't need to spend a lot for it. Because usually if we are going to do an activity when parasailing, paragliding, you go on
just over jet.
Yeah, over jet, for example. You will spend a lot. Like when you go hiking, you don't have to spend that.
Be practical.
Yeah, you just have to be prepared.
Yeah,
with the circumstances along while you're hiking.
I was surprised about that because before I didn't know that you are into hiking. Yeah, but the first one is when we went hiking together is Lake Alta.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the very very first one that we went hiking, and you really love it. That was difficult.
I love it less the cold because it was snowing that time, and the snow is very thick. It's very hard to find the trail.
That's right.
But when we tried hiking during spring and summer, I loved it because you can really focus on the nature. You can see different things because it's not covered with snow or anything. And the weather, it's very chilly, but it's bearable. I love it. The fresh air on top. You can see the stunning views, the picturesque views of Queenstown.
And the track is really easy. It is really easy.
It's one thing that I consider that make sure it's not very steep or not too flat as well. So it's just a regular one. It's achievable. I don't know. Maybe we can search for next time. Yeah.
Maybe that's one.
But it should definitely be hiking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take note of that.
What are your realizations after getting married?
Oh my. Okay, there's so many things maybe. One of the things that I realized is that you really have to invest in your single era days.
Yes.
Yeah, invest in so many ways. Like invest in in your career, maybe invest in your studies, invest in your health, in yourself, because when you get married, like your priorities will be different. Like you have someone now to take care of, and you have maybe a lot of responsibilities now that you have a partner. And when you are still single, you have all the time in the world to...
Yeah, although marriage is really a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But it's also different from being single, where you can do all things freely.
Yeah, no one will dictate you. No one can stop you.
In marriage as well, I'm not dictating.
Just to be clear.
But maybe the term is you really have to negotiate and compromise.
Yeah.
Because in everything that you do, the decision must come from both of you.
Yeah.
Not from just one person. Every time you have to consult your partner about it, and whether it's good for you, it's good for the both of you, it's good for your future plans. Yes,
it can already affect your partner whenever.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so you really have to take the time to enjoy your I'm just so glad that when we were still single, like we had not the luxury, but we had a chance to really explore. Like for me, I get to travel different countries. I really like invest time to my friends, with my family. I get to like really like know more about myself.
Yes, and to spoil first your family.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Like for us. Yeah, we are really...
Although it's not a necessity, like you have to give back, but at least it's like a sense of gratitude.
Say thank you
for your parents. Thank you for raising us.
And as I was saying, right, we really have to invest. When we became partners, we're not just like partners in relationship, we also became business partners. We really like invest as well.
Yeah, you have to buy something that is worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like you can see something that would benefit you in the long run.
Yeah, benefit both of you and your families as well. During your single era, like that is the time that you really have to not only save, but really to enjoy as well. Go to concerts, like enjoy, like go to different countries, know more about the people, so that when you get married, you're already like fulfilled. You're already done with your with everything that you want to do when you were still single.
Yeah, so but it actually doesn't have to be luxurious.
Yeah.
But do the things that you love. If you love painting, if you love dancing, if you love singing, if you love taking pictures, if you love do anything what you love, because anytime soon when you become married, things will not entirely change, but
it doesn't mean that you can no longer do that.
You will stop doing those things, but there's still minor changes, especially when you have family,
when you have kids.
Yeah, that you need to adapt. But if you have a partner who can understand your passion, you can understand your desires in life, so you can always compromise. So
that's right.
It's just communication and good support system.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it doesn't end there. Actually.
Yeah.
It will not stop.
Yeah. It's just making your life more beautiful.
That's right. What makes you happy? That's my last question for you.
Yes. Oh, my definition of happiness this time is probably not more on like acquiring material things, although it makes us happy. Like we don't have to invalidate the feeling that we feel happy if we get to buy things that we want. But for me now, as I'm nearing my 30s, I'll turn 29 this March, so this will be my last year of my 20s. So I think there's a change of perspective.
Yeah.
Like my happiness this time is if I am able to contribute to the life of another person and make a positive impact in them within my capacity. Like for me as a person, if I did something good and it makes
the other people happy,
it benefits them, it makes them happy, it makes them comfortable, so I'm happy with that one.
Yeah.
Just like you, like if I cook something for you, you like it, and then you will message me in the afternoon, thank you for preparing my lunch. So that makes me happy. Like it doesn't have to be grand to be happy. It's all about appreciating small things and making an impact.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe
another person, may it be your to your partner, to another person,
to other people,
to your colleague, to your
friends.
Yeah, so
for as long as you did something for them that maybe somehow would elevate the things.
You don't have to give actually your like material wealth, like money,
because we don't have
maybe
that.
maybe it's in the form of time, it's in the form of service,
there are
it's
so
in the
many
form of
ways
care,
to show.
of checking in.
So
that's my
ways.
definition of happiness now.
It really changed. Actually, it really changed, especially as you age. So, but are you happy now?
Of course, I'm very happy and I'm very contented with my life. There were some unexpected things that I didn't expect to happen, especially here in NZ. But those were part of the beautiful things that happened. So I appreciate them a lot.
There are a lot of ups and downs along the way. Just to be clear, that whatever you see in social media, it's always like not really.
Yeah, because why would you share?
Peaks.
Like, social media is a beautiful platform to share. Good memories, good things. It's like an avenue. It's a forum for everyone to share. But you don't share skeletons in your closet.
That's right.
Of course, like, but it doesn't mean also that we curate a perfect life in social media. But it's just we are using social media to uplift everyone's spirits.
And it's also like a diary, somehow a diary for us. We started Ben and Allycca actually. It's just for us to really like keep it as a memory, like a photo album of all the things that we do. All the things that we went, all the places we went. So it's not just about to brag or like really as what you said, that curating a perfect life, but it's also like a way to inspire people to come here in NZ.
Like
join
the
us.
world is so cruel already. Like there are lots of things going on. But if you choose how to impact other people's lives through your work, like do it. Like why not? Like
do it.
Yes, and perhaps really there's a change also in the way we approach things, because perhaps before, without the presence of heightened technology, like you cannot do these things. Like you just keep your memories in photo album. Like now it's different. You can share. You can post it in a cloud account like Facebook, like Instagram, like social media.
We actually do it because there are a lot of people who also been waiting for us to share, like our families. They really love our photos, and they will get they get updated. So that's one of the reason as well that why we started YouTube, so that they can watch us in motion.
So if you can share positivity in a greater platform, why not? Here's your 7th and last question from me.
I'm sweating.
Okay, what is the best advice? For those who are planning to settle down.
Actually, there's no such thing as like the best advice. It's because I feel like we have different circumstances in life. Like we have our different views on how we approach like marriage. So if you are settling down, maybe one of the things is like you have to be open to all possibilities. I can't say that you have to be prepared. No one is prepared for marriage, really. For me, in my case, like you will learn more about the person once you are really like in one house. Even when you're living in one house, it really takes time to know more about the person. But you have to be open in such a way that you are going to learn. You're open to learn more about that person. You're open to compromise, as what we always like say, and you have to be like understanding. So open mind, like in all areas of your marriage. If you need to make adjustments, you have to be open about that. You have to be open about your finances. So maybe we're going to talk about more about that next time. But
you have to assess yourself first, whether you are ready for anything that might
embarking
happen.
a new chapter of your
you don't
life.
have to always have answers. To your questions, but you don't have to exactly do what other people do based on their experience as well. But at least you can approach it uniquely, like with your own personality. Like
because like every relationship, we have our own dynamics. Like every like marriage.
Yeah.
Like for us, maybe what works for us will not work for you.
Yes.
Guys. So it really depends on like every relationship. For as long as you have a partner that will really support you.
Yeah.
That will really understand you, be patient with you. So I think you're ready to go.
It's just about getting to know your partner.
Yeah.
And always talk things that are worthwhile. Talking about your finances. How many children do you want?
What are your plans?
What are your
career, maybe?
Career, like what is your plan? So some people find it uncomfortable to talk with their partner, but
for us,
those are realities that you have to face. Like
you really have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And maybe we can share it with you next time.
Yes.
Yeah. And if there are anything else that you want us to talk about, or you want to ask, even though we already receive a lot of questions from our friends that I really want to talk about to deal with, especially now we're living in New Zealand. Maybe we can share it with you guys next time.
Soon, because there are a lot of friends also asking like, how did you get there? What did you do?
The process.
What were the steps?
The pros and the cons.
How's life in New Zealand?
It's really good.
In terms of like cost of living, in terms of the people, in terms of your workmates, in terms of your bosses, everything.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to be captured in one video, but perhaps in the future, if we have time, we will find.
If you have time, we have to make time for that.
We will make time for that one. So if you're not so busy with our schedules, so right now it's just this one.
About Valentine's, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, and
I hope you had a great time listening to us. Even it's our first sit-up like video, so there are still so many things that we need to learn. But I hope you had a great time listening to this session.
Thank you for keeping up with us, and see you in our next video.
Bye.